I hope they'll give you some direction in answering these two questions. First of all, what should be my purpose for integrating technology? And secondly, how do I know when to incorporate technology into my lesson? Is this website just really cute and fun? Or does it serve a purpose? Does it help to strengthen some 21st century skill that my students need or strengthen the curriculum? I want to frame that first question within the context of another question that's still being asked, which is why integrate technology at all? As luck would have it, I could do that via an email that Scott received from the parents of one of the magnificent Sarah Lang's students. And she writes, "My daughter was working on her language arts paper last night and telling me about using Google Docs. She was talking about editing as a group in class and how she could share a paper with her teacher and submit it that way. She was really excited about it. I am really excited to see the kids learning these kinds of real-world skills along with their school content. Thank you for doing this and taking these steps with the kids. There are so many schools, especially rural schools, that are not preparing the kids for life after school with real-world skills." So we integrate technology whether we're ready for it or not, because our students have to be. Integrating technology is just one part of the process, one way of giving our students the 21st century skills that they're going to need. Now, what are those 21st century skills? Well, they're typically called the 4 C's of 21st century learning. They're critical thinking, collaboration, communication, and creativity. Now, if we revisit that email for a minute and think about Sarah's class. Now, her students were in my lab. I saw them working. I saw the project they were working on. Even if I didn't know what that project was, I could pretty much guess just from that parent's email that Sarah was probably hitting on all 4 of those C's of 21st century learning. So perhaps if you're looking for something to kind of latch on to think about what should be my purpose for integrating technology, think about those 4 C's and ask yourself, in addition to covering the content and the Common Core standard that I have to cover, am I also strengthening and reinforcing one of those 4 C's? And if you are, that's a good place to use technology. Now, what about that other question? How do I know when to incorporate technology into my classroom or into my lesson? How do I know if an assignment I'm considering is one that will be made better by using technology? Well, ask yourself these 3 questions as they apply not only to your students, but also to you as a teacher. Number 1, will technology, or could the technology enhance something they or I am already doing? Could it make it better? Secondly, is learning strengthened in ways it couldn't be without the use of technology? And thirdly, does it improve efficiency for my students, or heck, for me? And if you can answer yes to any of those 3 questions, then that's a great time to use technology. Now I'm going to show you some examples that will illustrate how each of those 3 questions can come into play.
Question 1. Who were Romulus and Remus? Name some Roman contributions.
Today's meet doesn't require any kind of sign-in or login or registration. You can run it in the background while a film is showing. Use it as a background discussion if you're having, say, a fishbowl style discussion with a smaller group in class. You can use it as an exit pass, and you'll already have a review or discussion starter for the next day. How can vocabulary study be enhanced by integrating technology? Well, how about a site where you can create your own word lists, and students can learn at their own pace with audio and visuals to help. Now, those who learn vocabulary independently can be on their way, while you're freed up to work with students who may struggle.
When his parents were away for the night, Phil wreaked havoc on his room. He made a complete mess of everything and destroyed the orderliness that he was supposed to maintain. In the future,
So you've taught square roots using the smartboard, whiteboard, textbook, and students have practiced the concept. Now you can enhance learning by integrating technology to help students see real-world applications in ways that are sure to engage them.
Skate park designers used square roots when determining the length of a slope.
Followed by some interactive practice. Students have always been able to look up unknown words, but never this easily. There's a little Chrome extension that you add one time, and it never goes away, and it becomes automatic on any web page. Just click the unknown word and
surrender. Massive.
And as it doesn't impede their flow, they're also more likely to
Sympathizer.
stop and look the word up. Let's just take a moment to look at Johnny Depp and to pretend that there is an educational article on this website that you'd like your students to read. Some students are easily distracted by, well, distractions on the page. Differentiation just got a boost from readability, another easy to install application that, once installed, stays with you. Readability cuts out the distraction. So that same article now looks like this. And even allows students to adjust the font size and column width to suit individual preferences. So did you ever start a new project and spend probably an entire class period explaining it? And then you have 4 or 5 students who are absent, and you wish there were some efficient way to get those 50 minutes back so you could fully explain the assignment to them, or to those who were present, but let's just say not really there. Well, there's this app called MoveNote, which you incorporate into your Google Drive, and it can help. You simply upload the assignment sheet, click record, and start talking. When you're finished recording the explanation, you get a simple link that you can share or embed. You can even send it in an email to a student working from home. This is efficient for you because you're not having to go over 50 minutes worth of information over and over again. And it's efficient for the student because he has access to it whenever he needs it. And consider this. The students could easily create one of these themselves. They could explain a project that they've done or an assignment they've created. They could share these with you as the teacher, and they could also share them with each other. Nikki starts each class with what she calls the Fierce Four reading and short response assignments. She embeds a Google Doc with text right beside a Google form with 4 questions on it, and she's designed these to resemble the PARCC assessment setup. One of the many ways Melanie uses Google Forms to run her class more efficiently is to ask students to complete daily progress checks when they're working on projects. By the time the students walk out the door, she knows where each of them has left off on the project. And it's a great way for the students to keep themselves organized too. Forms make great bell ringers. You can even embed video in them. A short turn-in form like this one gives you a very simple and efficient way to collect and organize assignments. And here's an assessment area used. Google Forms self-score, so he gets instant feedback, and so do his students. So Ms. Green's students were in my lab with a guest teacher last week, and they were to research topics about Egypt. Before they started working, I told the students the worst thing they could do was type in the word Egypt and start scrolling. They'd get about 1 billion hits that have to do with current events and tourism and the like, nothing of which they needed for this assignment. Google Advanced Search, I told them, would be their friend. With it, you could narrow down your search by telling it what you do not want to search for. As well as what you do want to search for. And here's my favorite part of advanced searching. If you divide by reading levels, every hit on there is annotated with the reading level that it is. Your results can be filtered to find things that are more suited for your reading level. It's broken into basic, intermediate, and advanced reading levels. For teachers, this is something new because it saves time in finding materials more suited for a middle school audience. There's something for everybody in the Google Advanced Search. Do you have students who talk better than they spell? Chromebooks have mics. Egyptian deities. It's Google Voice Search. So when you're thinking about integrating technology into your classroom and how best to do it, think about, what's my purpose in integrating technology? If your purpose is one that will strengthen one of those 4 C's of 21st century learning, creativity, critical thinking, collaboration, and communication, then by all means, use technology. And if you're not sure if what you think when you use technology for is going to make it better for you or for your students, ask yourself these 3 questions again. Could technology enhance what it is you're already doing? Could learning be strengthened in ways it couldn't be before technology was there to help you with it? And lastly, does it improve efficiency for my students and for me? And if you can answer yes to those questions, then it's time to use technology. Hope that helps. And hey, you know what? 1-to-1's getting closer and closer, and it's exciting. But heck, keep calm and carry on.
I've really got to use